Hello everyone, I am Mr. Davis and this is Mr. Weiss, and we're going to be showing you our black belt stick curriculum for this cycle. So we're going to start with our basic stick strikes and the different angles that you need to know for your striking this cycle. But to begin, the way that you hold your stick, remember it's very important, you want to make sure you have about 2 finger lengths here from the very bottom, so this way it's not easier for your opponent to disarm and take your stick from you, but you also want a little bit of extra there that you can strike with. It gives you a few more options. So we're going to show you these strikes. I'm going to face the front, Mr. Weiss is going to face the back, that way you guys can see a few different angles for these stick strikes. So for angles 1 and 2, we're aiming for the collarbone. So we're going to start angle 1, I'm starting on my dominant side, I'm going to swing across and strike there for the collarbone. Angle 2, we're going to start here on the opposite side and we'll bring it back onto the other side for that collarbone strike again. And then angles 3 and 4, we are going for the very bottom of the rib cage, right across the side. So I'm going to lower the stick a little bit, swing it all the way across horizontally, and then strike number 4, I'm going to bring it back the other direction, here. Strike number 5, I'm going to lower it, I'm going to stab straight forward with that stick strike. And like I said, we're skipping 6 and 7 for now, and for strike number 8, we're going to go from over the top, and we're going to chop straight down and follow through for that strike number 8. Now, for our cycles, once you guys get very comfortable with those stick strikes, we're going to be practicing 2 different sticks blocking systems. First one is going to be de cordis, where we are supporting our stick with our opposite hand and blocking with a very strong, very reinforced block. So from here, what I'm going to do is instead of angling across my body to block, I'm going to angle my entire body so that my stick structure stays right here in front of me and it's very, very strong. So when Mr. Weiss feeds me that block, the strikes 1 and 2, I'm going to turn my body and keep this block right here in front of me so it's very, very strong. And then from here, when he goes to 2 for the other side, I'm going to turn the other direction and block. Now I'll feed Mr. Weiss 3 and 4, and notice since these strikes are lower, instead of Mr. Weiss lowering his hands, he's going to bend his knees and lower his entire body. So whenever I do 3, he's going to angle and lower his body into that sitting stance, and the exact same thing is going to turn nice and low for that strike number 4. And then for number 5, since I'm going straight forward, Mr. Weiss does not want to try and meet this head on, so he's going to turn his body sideways and parry this block to the side, like so. And notice how he sidesteps his body off angle a little bit as well. And then for our next system of blocks, we're going to be doing a combination of stick and hand for these blocks. This will be the last part of the cycle. And so what I'll do is we'll start first with Mr. Weiss feeding me strikes 2 and strikes 4. If you guys remember from earlier, Mr. Weiss, that means he's going to be striking backhand from the cross on his body. And this makes it a little bit easier for me to start because I can go on my dominant side for these blocks. So from here, if he's feeding me strike number 2, I'm going to put my stick up against his to block that follow through there. And then my hand, my free hand, is going to go up against his stick hand right there, and that'll make it nice and reinforced. A different kind of structure, but still a reinforced structure right there. So a little bit quicker, I've got my block there, and then same thing whenever he goes lower, this time I will just lower my hands instead of needing to lower my entire body. Again, my stick goes up against his to block that follow through there. My other hand here takes out the extra momentum. Then from here, I'll do strikes 1 and 3, so you guys can see what Mr. Weiss does whenever he crosses. So when I feed him 1, notice I'm not on his dominant side, so his stick hand reaches across, and then his opposite hand will cross over top of his stick hand there. And the exact same thing will happen when I go for strike number 3. He'll cross his hands, but he's still got that same structure. His stick is blocking my stick's follow through. His hand is taking up that extra momentum off of that. And then from here, for the strike number 8, I'm going to chop straight down. Again, Mr. Weiss isn't just going to meet it head on. He's going to block it with his stick to make, just in case I follow through there. And he's going to pass the hand to the side in kind of a parry motion. And notice how he's going to sidestep just in case something goes wrong with his block there. So a little bit quicker, he's going to do that block for strike number 8 there. And the last thing that we will do at the end of the cycle, once you guys are getting very comfortable with these, again, feel free to rewind this video and go over those multiple times. But we will be building what's called our high box for those last blocking sets. We're using our stick and our hand there. So from here, I'm going to start, and me and Mr. Weiss are going to take turns striking and blocking the entire time. So I'm going to start with strike number 1. He's going to reach across and block. He's going to keep the stick on the same side of his body and give me a number 2, where I'll do my block there. And now it's my turn to strike, so I'm going to feed him a number 8 and chop straight down. And then we're going to start over. Except he's going to start with number 1. I'll block. I'll feed number 2. He'll block. He'll feed me number 8. And I will block there. And that is your high box and all of your stick curriculum for this cycle.